Going live. Number 5 is alive. Number 5 is alive. Welcome to Elite Dangerous Daily. Your dose. Your dose of the space heroine Elite Dangerous. Here we go. What are we doing today? I got a quandary. I had a dilemma today. All day long I was trying to find things to do and to stream about. I'm not going to stream colonization again, which would be ideal because there's nothing out there. No conflict zones, no merit mining, even the war. I'm going like different locations in the war is one or two settlements. It's not even 30 or 40 settlements. The tools I'm using to actually update the scenario and the situation for war, it's not updating correctly, or maybe the servers are just not moving. I don't know what it is, but the activity is non-existent. So I said, you know what, I keep talking about the bridge, and today I really wanted to actually do some exploration earlier, but I didn't have a chance. I don't want to do long-term exploration. I don't want to go way out in the black. The bridge is 36 systems, 36 star systems, and basically bridging the Nova Aquila 3 system, which is a neutron star, and the Snake Nebula. And so since colonization popped, I've been actually doing this bridge, 36 star systems. So what I want to do is basically go and explore, right? If I can find my list, go and explore the bridge and see if I can find any Earth-like worlds, because I do have 3 new tunes, but I don't have anywhere to colonize with them, and I might not bring them to Colonia. That was the intention, is to go to Colonia. I was gonna go up and colonize with the Dukes, but I don't like the factions that they are actually representing. Okay, I do not like it at all, and I don't want to colonize with them. I don't want to represent Scarlet, whatever it was. I don't know. So the actual bridge starts at SDR, with Scutum Dark Region DRV B2-7, which is right next to the neutron star, and then it ends here where I'm at right now, in Pipestem, my system, Pipestem sector SUOB6-1. That's this main hub of a system here. Now I'm looking around for Earth-like worlds, so we're just gonna go one by one. Now, one of them I did colonize on the list. I don't know about the rest of them. They've been probably taken over by the Dukes. For some reason, they have joy of colonizing things with just a T1 and then leaving it behind. So the joy is taken out of the game for us, because they decided not to share. So here we are. Okay. We are in my system. The system is Pipestem, sector SUOB61, and so we're gonna go to Snake Sector, whatever it is. Let me just, because the planet is blocking the trajectory, so we have to unlock the system. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna talk about that's a good question, Jack. Population. It gives you a lot of population. If you actually look at one that I got right now, let's show you, because I like to show you. This is one of my alt systems. Let's see, where is it here? And it gives you population. What the hell is it? WW. Don't tell me the system disappeared off the face of the. No, here it is. There it is. Okay. Pipe stem sector FWWD186, right? Population 3 billion. Okay? Population 3 billion. Now, what I did in the system, to get the population 3 billion, Jack, you have to build a T3 around the Earth-like world. I don't know about a T2, but for max exposure, max population, this is an outdoor world with human breathable atmosphere and indigenous life. The atmosphere is far from chemical equivalent as a result. And then this one is Draxter City, right? So there's a T3 around the planet, and it's giving me 3 billion population. Okay, so the smaller, I guess the smaller the orbital, the smaller the population around that. So high population, a lot more money also. Okay, so you want more population to get more money, I guess. But for some reason, the Dukes, and it's their right, they claim every Earth-like world on the Sagway. So if you want an Earth-like world, you're gonna have to go outside the Sagway, maybe 100, maybe 200 light years outside. Okay, that's a problem. But I'm not into, like you've noticed, I haven't claimed any more planets, and I could, right? I'm pretty much done, because yeah, exactly. So I have 3 tunes I can actually do a dodec with, right? But we'll see what happens. This one's already been colonized. But I'm gonna actually scan the planet so I can get some moolah. Okay. Yeah, so if you are see, they built a gateway, but it's a tier 1. It's just a crime, man. I don't understand. I don't understand their thinking. They just don't care. They just they just claim it and then they just move on. And it's been sitting here for a whole year. So nothing's been happening. There are systems that these guys colonize, but I have a feeling they're giving up soon, because they got a monumental task ahead of them, and I think they're burnt out already. They still got to go another 12,000 light years. So when I was reading their posts, they're kind of like, they didn't want to actually do anything anymore. It's like, there was one guy who says, yeah, I'll go and colonize, who's with me. I'll do 4 hours a day. So, yeah, I doubt that he can do 4 hours a day. Even I'm tired, and I haven't done what these guys did. You know what I mean? I think this is the 8th one, is the Earth-like world. Let's see. Eighth planet is the Earth-like world? Yeah. Look what he did here. Look what he did here. He colonizes with a tier 1. He can't build anything around this. Oh, god damn it, man. This the waste. Even in this game there's waste. It's craziness. So he colonized it with tier 1. You know, like I put a tier 3 around an Earth-like world. Okay? Tier 3. So he colonized it with a small little T1. And then the rest of the system he left alone. So nobody else can actually grab it. Nobody else can grab it. You know, FDev needs to do something about this because it's fucking stupid. It really is stupid. You know? Only when absolutely necessary would I do a T1. Like there's no other recourse. There's nothing else I can do. I have to do a T1 because I have no other choice. But in this case, the guy has an Earth-like world. He plopped a T1 around the Earth-like world. I mean, literally, now the station's useless. That spot is useless, and he'll never grow the system to the billions like the other one I showed you, right? 3 billion. I have 3 billion around that. 3 billion around my planet. It just breaks my heart. You know? Breaks my heart. Breaks my heart, dude. It really does. Because, you know, it takes time to link. It takes time to connect, and then you put a T1 there. It's amazing. Okay, enough groveling. That's why I really don't want to work with these guys. You understand, Jack? I don't want to work with these guys. Because it's douchebaggery.
Surface scanned by 50%.
That's what it is.
Surface scan complete.
First discovered by Snake Man. Yeah. And probably in a year or so, Snake Man's no longer going to play. He'll probably be done. He'll probably be done. This has a compromised nav beacon. That's what's been leaking into my system. You know, the pirates have been leaking into my system. Yeah. FDev has to do something about it. They do. They do. You just can't claim a system and not do anything with it. And it's a crime. It's like it's a crime, dude. It really is. You got an Earth-like world and you grab it with a T1 and you move on. Like, what is that? Why you do that? Yeah, I know. I was doing that today. I like there was a lot of NPC non-combatants, and I was, you know, I was using the shock cannons, and the shock cannons, I want to say, are fucking great. They are great, but they overheat your ship like you cannot believe. It's craziness. I mean, I was taking damage non-stop. I was down 10% in my hull because of the shock cannon. Nothing else, just shock cannons. My shields were fine. The shock cannons were giving me hull damage. Literally, they're OP. I want to say they're OP. right now. That's, I think, if you have, I don't know how to make put six together. I was only using 3. When I use 6,
Surface
oh
scanned
my god.
by 50%.
But 6 used to raise the temperature to
Surface scan
300%.
complete.
300%. So, shot cannons, look into it. It's really fucking phenomenal. So the next one is pipe stem sector FWW. I showed you that system. That's the Earth-like world that I have. But there's also another one here, pipe stem. Pipe stem. Let me, so I don't have to write everything down. Pipe stem sector HRWD141. HRWD141. And it's taken. Let's see if this guy did anything with his system. Commander folded spec. Folded spec. Folded spec. Yep.
Frameshift drive
Let's go.
charging.
So I'm doing some exploration today, just light. We're just exploring the bridge, seeing what's around, what's close by, what's been taken. I mean, there are plenty of star systems on the bridge. I haven't grabbed anything. I haven't grabbed anything yet. Plenty of star systems that can be grabbed, etc., etc. Let's see what this is, because is this taken? 10 bodies. Yeah, there's nothing here. But that was the problem I was having when I was going up the Sagway, is when I was getting to a spot, they've taken every Earth-like world on the way. So you end up having to take the leftover or the scraps. So I'm not putting a Dodec, $35 Dodec, on a scrap. So that's a problem. So I decided I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to bother. And I'm not going to join them. I'm not going to help them. Because I like that they worked hard to get there, but they're grabbing all the good real estate. Okay? And then if you want to actually do something, I have to fucking go off their shit. Their shitty fucking NPC BGS crap. And it's terrible. Their NPC, the BGS factions that they're using are terrible. They're terrible. Horrible. You know, like, it's not only the Dukes of Mykin, it's a whole bunch of other guys too, so.
Frameshift drive charging.
There's got to be a way where we can demolish the first build.
3, 2,
So that they have to change that policy. We can demolish the first build, or upgrade the first build. You know, upgrade the first build to from a T1 to a T3. Number 1. Number 2, be able to take over the architecture. Got to be able to take it over. Because some of these guys have 400 or 500 claim systems. They will never colonize all of them. They won't even colonize 10. So that's my dilemma now. I would have stopped these guys a long time ago. If I was a dev, that's it, banned. You're taking advantage of the colonization. I just ban, just across the board, ban them all. And it sounds drastic, but you know, you're fucking up the whole game. And you're fucking up other players because they don't want to go and colonize. They don't want to go and do anything. They want to leave the bubble. And then what happens? They leave the game. They don't have ownership as it is. Now all the systems are given to these people that are putting only T1s in them. And they're not doing anything with their system. Nothing. Right? Earth-like world. A2. What did he build? Okay, at least this guy built the Coriolis. He built the Coriolis. So not all of them are douchebags. Okay, so we had a lot of conversation yesterday about the about what's going on, right, on Tuesday, and there was a lot of speculation, and you know, I even had former guildmates taking puns at me in Ricardo's stream. Isn't that right, Joey? So that's okay. You know, when Ricardo makes a video, you're gonna be damn sure that you're gonna learn something from it, right? You don't learn anything from my videos. Anyway, let's go to the Earth-like world. Let's go to the Earth-like world. A scan, even though it's been, even though you found, someone else found it, someone else scanned it, someone else, you know, scanned it first or whatever, it's okay. You're still gonna get money for it. So I scan every Earth-like world I find, even if it's in a bubble. You know, it actually gives you money. It gives you lots of money. Lots and lots of money. Yep. Okay, at least this guy built the Coriolis around his Earth-like world. So the population is 98 million compared to my 3 billion. Right? The T3 is ideal. T3 is ideal for an Earth-like world, right? T3. So if you're gonna build, if you find an Earth-like world, do not build a T2. Do not do that. A T1 or T2. Just, oh, come on. Build a T3. You will get a massive population. But I can't wait for Tuesday. I really can't. I'm really excited. If it's a shuttle, which I'm hoping it's a shuttle, it'll be the best thing ever. Hopefully it'll go in that fighter bay. It's fighter bay friendly, and we're able to do stuff with it, like land on surfaces. It'll help the Caspian. That'll be great for the Caspian. It'll be fantastic for the Caspian. Okay, next one. I'm definitely sure this one's taken. Ophiuchus, Dark Region B, Sector ZPPB55, which I can't even spell that. Ophiuchus, Dark Region. Viacus. Dark region. I think I even marked it B55. ZPP B55. Way out there. Let's put that there. Dark region B. Sector ZPP B55. It's probably taken already. Iridido occurs in F, G, and K star systems. I'm just using an Nara, man. I'm using a, yeah, it's taken. This one has 3 billion, just like mine. So that means that it has a T3 around it. So somebody did a good job. Let's see. Let's take a look. It F, G, and K star systems. Yeah. So let's write that down. We want to write that down. F, G, and K star systems. That's good to know. Thanks, Jack. Thanks a lot. This one's taken also. There's going to be very few around the bridge, around where I'm at, about Snake Nebula, that's not going to be taken. They actually expanded, you know, before I came. After or before? Before I came, yeah. So they moved on to the Snake Nebula, and then they moved on after that. And now they're past the Cat Claw Nebula. Cat Paw Nebula. Right? 50 bodies? Where the hell is this? Well, let's take a look what we got. 50 bodies. I've never seen a system that had 50 bodies. Have you, Jack? Holy crap. 50 bodies. And nobody's got this system. Maybe it'd be worth climbing to Ophius Dark Region. $50 bodies, that's a lot. Gas Giants. But you know, I said that that picture has water, and I put it through ChatGPT and Grok, and it's 70% chance that the artist rendering wants to make you believe that there's water there. So it'll be exciting if that's actually the case. But they would have to open up, I guess, some planets, right, that are locked out. We can't land on them. So that would be freaking phenomenal if that actually occurs. I'll be super excited. Super excited. This is pipe. Awesome. You have to daisy chain to this location though. I'm looking for biologicals. If there's biologicals, that'd be great. You know, like Be nice. Biologicals. Biologicals. 07, Tom. 07, 07, 07. 07. 07, buddy. Wow. Geologicals only so far. Like I said to you in previous posts, guys, there are a lot of systems around here that are uninhabited and they're great. And I'm building one hub after another. Probably at the end I'll have 4 or 5 hubs, so that these will be like locations where you guys can get materials and build your shit until you build your own. But eventually, Grom is going to end up here. I don't know who else is going to end up here. The factions will end up here. I really want FDev to give us our own squadron faction back again. You know, I don't want to be a Duke of Mike and crap head. I want my own faction. BGS faction. That'd be ideal. That'd be great. Don't you agree? You just open that up again. I don't understand why they can't open that up again. Because now we got like millions and millions of star systems. Come on. Nice. 4 gas giants. No biologicals though. Only geologicals. Where is this other one? Here. Wow.
System scan complete.
Wow. Let's see what it looks like. Wow, 7540. Nah, that's not too bad. 7543. Where's the flag? Where is the little flag? Where the... Oh my god. Ah, look where they put the flag. All the way at the end. That's why no one took this system. Now here, I would put a T1. Or maybe a T2. Not bad. Let's see what the rings look like. Metal rich. Icy. Metal rich, icy. Rocky, icy. Ah. Well, how about this one? Rocky, icy. Okay. That is a lot of planets, but no, it's like really no large places you can plop stuff on. A lot of ones. Anyway, good system. somewhat. I was rated 4 stars. I give it a 4. Let's go.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh, I should fuel scoop, shouldn't I?
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
50 bodies, but yet not a lot of colonization. That's why I said, you know, they should allow us to add stuff to planets, locations.
Scan complete.
You know, locations. They should let us add locations. Let me fuel scoop. They should let us add locations, and like if a planet doesn't have, it only has one, I pay arcs and I can add 2 more to it. You know? So I can build some more stuff on the planet. That's ideal. That's a great idea, I think. That's an arcs maker. You know, that's...
Fuel scooping complete.
How many planets you have that... Oh man, I wish I had an extra spot. I can do this, I can do that, right?
Frameshift drive charging.
I bought the worst chair in the world, man.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
All right. $62 bodies. Oh yeah, this is the one that I was fighting to get. And who got it? Let's see. What's the name? Yeah, Doza Nkokoza. Russian guy. But at least he was nice. He put a T3 right around an Earth-like world. And there's like 1, 2, I think it's 2 Earth-like worlds together. So at least he did a good thing, a good deed. He's colonizing, he's doing something here. So that's a good thing. I really wanted this system, and I tried my very best to get there, but he actually sniped me. That's right. I remember now. In the beginning, when we first started this stuff. Oh. When he first started doing this stuff, in the beginning. This guy's Russian. But he moved on. I think he's already with the Dukes up in 10,000 light years away. So he hasn't done anything here. Like I said, I'm done. I'm finished. I'm not going to actually claim anymore. If I am, it's going to only be Earth-like worlds that I find, that I claim and explored and all that. But I wish FDF can actually do that, what I said. Just let us hire a colonization ship and we can colonize anywhere in the fucking galaxy. any location. Otherwise, now we have to depend on the Dukes at this point. Nobody else. So a lot of planets. I actually scanned this. I don't know why I have to scan it a second time. I actually scanned it and maybe I didn't turn in the data. Maybe I didn't turn in the data. Possibly. There's a water world. B5. Yeah, they're together. The water and the earthlight coil together. B4 or B5. Well, at least he did that. That's good. That's a good job. That's a good job that he actually built. He built a T3 around it. There's a lot of things in the game that actually have problems, or have problems. Like the metal-rich rings, where they're metal-rich, but they're hot spots for platinum, but you can't actually mine them. They only have pop rocks. Oh, AB14A. AB1A has 4 biologicals. Let's go and see what they have, right? Okay. That's a lot of bodies. Man, I was racing with this guy and he sniped me. He sniped me. I was racing to get it and he sniped me. That's when you could snipe. But I never complained. I said, okay, you got it, you got it. And he never built it up. He's got a couple of things here, but not a lot. But you saw that there's an Earth-like world right next to me as a T1 in orbit and nothing else. That's just great. That's just great. Okay, where is this other one? Today I actually looked and looked and looked, tried to find things I can do, and I mean, literally, there was no war zones, very limited war zones. The ones that are in my programs, they don't exist. They're done with. They're finished. So I had to look at the map and kind of find war zones, but it's craziness. And BGS or power play kind of standstill today. It's already 3 days since the tick. Nothing's moving. But there's a leadership change in the eyes of Lyshek, so I don't know if that's going to affect what they do. see body. Now, if you go and find something like this, don't just scan the planets. Land on the planets before you colonize them. Land on the planets, get first footfall. Because after you colonize, you can't get footfall. You can't get first footfall anymore. That's that at that point. Man, that's a lot of bodies. There's a lot to do here. I remember this, then there was a lot to do here, and lost it. Waterworld C2. So it's like 4 locations we gotta go. Okay, this is finished. Not yet. You still got another one. Look at this. Another gas giant. So he did build some things around the gas giant.
Mission objective detected.
No, I'm not doing any missions. Thanks. Another gas giant. And 3 more planets. Nice body. Nice body. And we got it all. So 2 water worlds,
Scan complete.
1 Earth-like world. What a great system. This was the heartbreak of colonization. I raced to get it and he grabbed it before I could. But that was before I had a squadron, so before I had friends to help. This is a massive system. He still got 67, 74 to build, 74 ground. What a great system. What a great system. So it's AB. We want to go to AB here. AB 1A. This one has biologicals. Yeah. Let's go there first and see what it has. I know this is not exciting, guys, but when you're actually watching this and you actually play, you can learn some things from people, even though my enemies think that I'm retarded. And I got Jack. He actually always knows everything, so he helps me in every scenario. Yep. What the hell, dude? Oh, come on. Gravity wells. Still got gravity. Well, I can't fucking slow down. Come on, man. Slow down already. Jesus. Okay, don't. Let's see what we got here. FDev needs to give bonuses for scanning an entire system. They should also give first footfall for plants with geo, not just bio. I don't know, don't they? I'm not sure if they do that. That's a good point.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan.
So it's got geysers, bacterium. Oh, it's got electrica, fonticula, fumarola. It's got electrica. Let's go scan that. I love electrica. I love the way they look. Electrica. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Orbital flight engaged.
Alright, let's see what we find.
Landing gear deployed.
Ooh. There's bacterium. That's fonticula. And there's the plant. There you are, you beautiful, luscious creature, you. Ooh. It's too bad we can't do anything with these. Like, you know, you find the plant and it has some kind of properties and you can craft with it, you know. Like this one can give you extra shield strength or something like that. Oh, somebody's scanning me from above. Oh wait. Oh, forgot. I'm not in my biosuit. I'm in my combat suit. Scan detected. What else? What the hell is it? CG Explorer, that's it. I really like this plant. Look at it. It's glowing like the Radicoida. Cobalt. Anyway, I was wanted. I got notoriety 4, so doing stuff is gonna be impossible because of the bounty. I got like 600,000 on me, and I was doing compromised nav beacon and wow, look at that. There we go. I just kept firing on people that were, you know, non-combatant, which was a very bad thing for me to do. So I want to go over the state of the channel since we've been live. I think we started last August. We did about 68,000 views. I got about almost 900 subscribers. About 10,000 hours watched, which is phenomenal. Thank you to you guys. You brought it. You made it happen. Not me. You made it happen. When I first started this channel, I had no clue really what I was going to do. Not yet, Tom. But I just don't feel like doing that. You know? Not yet. I feel like finishing the hubs first. So people have a place to go to get the materials. They won't have to go into the bubble. And then after that, I'll think about what I'm going to do. So I was saying about the channel, I really at first didn't know what I was going to do with the channel, and I still don't. You know, I didn't want, I'm not going to follow Ricardo and make a million freaking videos, because I just don't have the time. God bless him. But I will stream when I play, most of the time. Today I did a little bit of playing by myself, and it's kind of boring when I don't have someone to talk to, be honest with you. I'm still waiting for Kix to come on. I don't know where Kix is. Alright, so let's go. We're gonna go. I'm not gonna scan anything else. Let's get the Earth-like and the
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
I tried my 2 ships that I did the shock cannons on. They are phenomenal. They are phenomenal, but they overheat like crazy. 6. I was shot just a couple of shots, and then I went to 300% heat. Then I went down to 4, still went to 200% heat, and then I said, okay, let me go to 3. At 3, it's just over 100. You can manage it if you have like a thermal vent beam, but they overheat like crazy. But they are phenomenal. 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 Let's go B4. B4, 5. They are phenomenal. Shot cannons are phenomenal. But I don't know how to make them cooler, how to do things cooler, except for just thermal vent beam. You'll be using up, you know, heat limpet, what is it called? Freaking, I can't. Heat sinks. You'll be using up heat sinks like crazy if you use shot cannons and you want to use heat sinks. It damages your ship. I was taking damage. Um, I don't know if the shock cannons would be good on the links. I was thinking about the links, right? About the links, or even the Caspian Explorer. Shock cannons, missiles, and thermal vents combination. You know? But we'll see. Gonna keep trying. Keep on experimenting. But they are OP. They are amazing. They really are. They are amazing. Amazing. You can engineer them, so that's the bad part. But you really don't need to, because it's just you don't need to engineer them. Trust me. I don't know if the ship being cooler, maybe engineer the ship to be a cooler ship, like clean drives. I don't know. Maybe make the power plant cooler. You know? I don't know what would help, if that would help actually.
Surface scan complete.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I am saying? Where's my buddy? It shows that he's on, but he's not on. This is the water world. Yep.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Awesome. And let's go do one more. C2. Oh, it's way out. C2. Here we go. Okay. When you're building a system, you really don't have a choice who's going to be in that system. So only the BGS allow, you know, like when you're doing the links. That's what bothers me about this colonization. That's another thing that bothers me. I can only colonize off of the links that are available, right? So instead of like going out and the factions that I represent or whatever I have in my squadron, the factions I support, going out and they colonize that system. No, it's the ones that I'm linking with. So like for instance, Dukes of Myken, right? Not that I don't like. I hate that shit. That's why it would have been better for them to do just a colonization ship. You rent it, you go on deep space, you just wherever you want, and that BGS would be there. Whatever. Whoever you want to be there will be there. That's more control. That's why I didn't decide. I just said forget. I decided not to do the colonization at 4,200 light years. The factions were anarchy, pirates. I'm like, I don't want that. I want to a good system. In any case, the Dukes are feudal. So, not the kind of government I'd support. We had feudal governments in the Middle Ages, and they lasted for so long because it was feudal. But yeah, so I haven't done a pirate, though I could have this time around, but I wasn't going to spend $35 on a Dodec and be a pirate system and make those guys happy, make that faction happy. I want my own faction, actually. That'll be better. This is an 8 probe? Jesus. It's a large one.
Surface scanned by 50%.
That's interesting. How many probes did I do? 6? This is a big planet. I got it.
Surface
Nice.
scan complete.
Okay, let's keep going. So the next Earth-like world place. It says it's Pipe Bowl GRWD 158. So let's see if we can find that Pipe Bowl. GRW D158. Okay. Taken? Oh, not taken. But somebody's constructing here. This is not taken. Look at that. Who's nearby? Who's this guy? You can actually colonize off Commander Liquor Mortis. What a great name. Liquor Mortis. Okay. Okay, how many jumps? 2 jumps. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright. Let's scan. Seven bodies. Alrighty, scam this one. That's nice. Let's get going, Danny. Alright, let's keep going.
Frameshift drive charging.
I may have scanned this one already. Alrighty. Let's take a look what we got here. Ice, ice, and more ice. Earth-like world, very nice. Planet 5. Planet 5. Would that be outside the habitable zone? Icy body. High metal content. You see, like, this high metal content world has ice, right? But you see there's pockets of water. So that's where I'm thinking that maybe we'll be able to land on these. Biological too high. This might have strata tectonicus. So we gotta go see. Haven't done exploration in a while. I wasn't going to do colonization again tonight because that would have bored the hell out of you. And I sincerely cannot find anything to do.
System scan.
I couldn't find anything to do. 3021. This is a 3021 system. Where's the flag? Around this world. Oh goodness. And the Earth-like world is here. No one claimed it. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody's good? Everybody's happy?
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
All right, good. So let's go to planet 2 and see what we can find on planet 2. High metal content world will more than likely have strat on them, so always if you actually find a planet that has high metal, you know, it's a high metal content world and has biological on it, scan it and see if you have strat. Strat's worth at least 20 million, 19 million. First map by... Who's got first footfall though? Anybody?
Surface scanned by 50%.
This is
Surface
2?
scan complete.
Is this planet 2? What did I actually do here? Which one has the biological on it? Planet 2 or is it 3? None. Oh, this is 1. Oh, okay, it's 3. Ooh, that's a nice one too. No one's got first footfall here, but I think three. Well, my little buddy's still sleeping. I guess he's off for work today too. That's a good thing. It's good to be off at work. This is not a bad system, but it's not a great system, so I wouldn't waste a Dodec on this system because it's not... Well, I mean, you can, but you're gonna have to get the points. You're gonna have to get like 6 points. 6 construction points, the green ones, to actually build a Dodec here, because you're not gonna build a Dodec on a flag. You want to put the Dodec where the Earth-like world is gonna be, right? So that would be ideal. Or the Dodec over a 5 or something, you know, like a planet that has a lot of settlement options. That would be what I would do. Okay.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Okay,
Surface
bacterium
scan complete.
and stratum. There we go. That's worth 20 million. Okay? Stratum is worth 20 million, so that's what you want. And don't forget, high metal content world scan. If you see biological, at least two, you got the possibility of having strat on it. Okay, so that's you want to go and scan it. You want to come. Okay, still good. All right, so here we are, and we're looking for strat, right? Strat, right?
Landing gear
And here we
deployed.
go. Actually, if that vehicle, that vessel that we get on Tuesday, I mean, not Tuesday, it won't be Tuesday, but at least we'll see it on Tuesday, it will help the Caspian a lot. Because Caspian can't land. Unload. And actually then it'll become a full-fledged explorer ship. But I would love for that to be the case. You know? That's a shuttle. I would love that for that to be the case. And we can pick off the materials off the trees. That would be phenomenal. That'd be great. Great. I need to eat something. I was thinking like a burger or something, but see, why can't we scan more than one item? This can only scan one at a time? Are we in the 33rd and a half century or what? The ideas should be 33rd and a half century. That's why Star Trek did so well, because they were fantastic inventions, you know? Tricorder. You're scanning a whole area and it gives you information. Right? I don't have a tricorder. I'm in the 33rd and a half century and I don't have a tricorder. I don't know what the hell is around here. The communicator, right? There's two locations. One that had that badge on the lapel, and then after that, there was also the flip communicator, which became the flip phone. Stoned, what's up, buddy? What's going on, dude? And because of the actual, you know, the communicator, it flipped. They came out with the flip phone, the cell phone. So they were way ahead of their time. They innovated, but you know, we have a scanner that we can only scan one biological at a time. That's like 1970 shit. Okay, so that's that. We got ourselves 20 million on that scan. Okay. Let's keep going. So I'm gonna go to coal sector. NCG. Yeah, Stone. Dude, I was in the chat, like watching, and there wasn't that much enthusiasm about this guy wanted to do four hours a day of colonization. And I was like, can they do it 7 days a week? Yeah, it's rough. It's 12,000 light years, man. That's a lot. And you guys keep getting all the good real estate. There's nothing on the damn Sagway that we can actually get. You know, all the Earth-like worlds are gone. The water worlds, every system that's good real estate is gone. Why don't you guys colonize on shit systems? Because you're always building T1s. Unless you have a really good system, and you should build a T3 or a Dodec there. You know, but I wouldn't colonize and put a T1 in a great system. Like, there's one Earth-like world here by the Snake Man. And he put a T1 down. He put a T1 in the system, and he hasn't done anything with it, with the system or anything else. So if you guys are not going to come back and work the stations that you actually, or systems you actually colonize, the best thing to do is put T1s on crappy fucking systems. You know, like a sun and 2 suns, 3 suns. There's nothing there. There's ice worlds. That's what I would do. And leave the good real estate for people who are going to actually work and colonize the locations, right? But you guys keep taking all the good real estate. No one's going to want to fucking colonize the Sagway. No one's going to. I went up and I saw nothing but garbage. I said, okay, I'm not going to colonize. I'm not going to spend $35 on a Dodec and put it down when there's nothing to actually grab. I have to go off the Sagway 100 light years or 200 light years to find something worthwhile. So you guys need to talk about that, because it's you're going to end up being all by yourselves. No one's going to actually support you. You're doing great work, but there's got to be a little bit of understanding that you're not alone. There's a whole community behind you who would love to come up, but fuck, I mean, I don't want to do that. I want to spend $35 on a Dodec and I got nothing to colonize. I'm in a shit system. So there's some things you guys have to talk about.
Frameshift drive charging.
You know? And to me, it would be a whole lot easier if you guys grabbed something like a crappy system. It would be like a sun system or something, and then you can get the real estate off of the Sagway. You know, post it in the forums. Hey, tons of real estate here. Boom, 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 boom. Earth-like world, this world, that. Yeah. Well, I've been on the Sagway, and I wasn't too happy, and I just came back. I wasn't gonna spend the money on a Dodec, because I just, the place I went that I wanted to colonize, there were 10 Earth-like world systems, and they were all taken. So if I wanted to get something off of the Sagway, I have to, you know, chain myself, I don't know how many light years out to find something else. So that's something I don't want to do. And I'm not complaining. You guys are doing great work, and it's your right. You know, you're there first. But if you're gonna grab all the good real estate on the way, and you got 400 or 500 star systems that you have to actually, you have 400 or 500 star systems that you have to actually colonize because you grabbed every good real estate, you're never going to colonize that many. It's fucking pain in the ass to colonize one, much less. I know one guy in Mercs, has more than 400 star systems or 600, something like that. It's like a really high number. I'm like, how the hell can he actually colonize any of those? How can he build them up? So there's you guys have to have a discussion about that. You know, because it's people gonna go up and they're gonna see, oh, there's nothing here, and then they're just gonna give up. Okay, that's you have to think about that. You guys are in a community, and this game is a community. It's not just the mercs and nobody else. So I'm not bad mouthing anybody or anything like that, but it's just you need to have a discussion about how you guys colonize. But we don't know about that link. Check out the Stellar Real Estate. We don't know about that. It's nobody's doing any kind of video on it. It's on. I didn't. Are you on the forums? Did you guys put it on the forums and say, hey, or is it just the mercs? This is just for the mercs Discord. Because no, I don't know about that, about the Stellar Real Estate project. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Stone, one hub. Not every fucking system on the way you grab, because not every system is going to be a hub. And you guys only lay down T1s, which hands off are the fastest way to grow, because you can, in 2 hours you can have a T1 laid down, right? So that's the best way to go. But the thing is, if you grab all the good real estate on the way, no one else is gonna come and help. No one else is gonna do it, and you're gonna find yourselves alone. You know, and that's what happened that day when I was sitting and watching. When I was sitting and watching your stream or your, the chat, the guy was making plans, and he says, okay, from Eagle to Colonia, there's no race. What are you talking about? There's no race. Who are you racing with? It's only you guys. Okay, it's only you guys. There's no race. Okay, because eventually you guys are gonna burn out. 12,000 light years worth of colonization. That's like 4,000, like 1,500 systems. It's like 1,500 systems, dude. There's no race. It should be a steady pace. It should be a marathon, not a fucking sprint. Because you guys are going to get burnt out, and then people are going to quit, and then there's nobody to actually come behind you and help you, support you. The Galtia? Ugh. I know people, and I'm older than most people that you probably know. And excessive grinding, there's only one thing that's going to happen. Okay? And that is a lot of people are going to quit. And I won't be surprised right now that actually a lot of you guys are already pooped out and tired and ready to quit. But my opinion is if you guys want people to join you, you need to do a little bit of advertising. Hey, we got this project. Here's the Stellar Real Estate project. Here are the locations. I don't know. This is the first time I heard about the Stellar Real Estate project. Right? I don't know anything about it. And I'm not griping. It's your right to actually claim anything you want, because you guys are doing all the construction. But when I do the construction, like right now I built a bridge between Snake and Nova Aquila 3, right? I've stopped grabbing systems, right? That's it. So I built a bridge so people can actually colonize off of it in three-dimensional space, in any direction they can. So basically, why I did that, because I wanted people to have hubs. Now I'm building hubs. I'm going to build 4 hubs by myself. Well, I got help with Jack. Jack helps me. Phaser Ruddock. But I'm not gonna go and claim anymore because there's no sense. I don't even think I can actually build the ones I actually claimed, and I have 10 accounts. I'll have two more active pretty soon. Okay, so I can actually go. I was actually, when I was sitting there looking at your chat, I was going to commit to doing about 120 to 360 systems just by myself. Okay, because you're only building T1s, right? So I could have committed to that, but then when I went up there, I'm like, okay, this is not what I want to do. Okay, because I don't want to fight for systems and I don't want to get scraps. Okay, no one wants to get leftovers from the table. So if you guys want more people to join you, you need to advertise that shit. You need to advertise the Stellar, what is it called? The Stellar Real Estate Project. You need to say, hey, we're looking for people. Because there are people who can colonize, like myself, who are fucking fanatics. And I've been on a break. So I'm sure you don't have anybody like me that's building fucking systems by themselves, hubs by themselves and shit. Okay? So you're gonna need all the help you need, you can get, because you're 12,000 light years away. So that's a lot of quitting. A lot of people are gonna quit. The ones who are the ones that are devoted to colonization, who are actually, eventually they're gonna burn out. It's and I've known many people burnt out because of it. So in any case, just FYI, maybe you guys can advertise a little bit. And I'm in a Discord, but not a lot of other people are. Okay, so this one I want to go check out, A1, because this one might have strat. Not a lot of people are in their Discord. Not a lot of people know about that stuff. This argument about systems with only one station is understandable, but compared to the size of the galaxy, for example, the old Colonial Highway is a mega ship. It's best we can do while also making project. Okay, progress. I agree with you, but there's great systems taken and only a T1 built there. 62 planets, 62 bodies, and only a T1. Okay, so that's my problem. Because you want people to join you, you have to do things with the community in mind. You're not going to be able to go, and the plan was, because I saw the conversation, you guys want to go to Beagle Point. That's another 25,000 light years past Colonia. So I don't know how you're going to do that without community help. Okay? Because eventually you guys will burn out. Or F-Devils say, okay, you can't build any more T1s, because they will. At one point, people are complaining and they will say, okay, fuck it, no more T1s. You can't build any more T1s if you've built 100 already. So they will put a cap on it. You guys know that's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. They will put a cap on it. So either you guys take care of what you build and kind of limit excess, or keep doing what you're doing and have us get banned from ever using T1s in systems like what you guys are building, because that's what's going to happen. Because I don't complain. I'm not going to complain to the dev. I don't give a shit. Okay? I'm pretty much done with colonization, but that day that I went and chat, I could have actually told you guys I was going to do about 300 systems. I got 12 fleet carriers. Okay, so if I have a hub that I can go to and I can load up, I would have loaded up 12 fleet carriers, and every an hour and a half I would have had one T1 built. Yeah, we will all be uncles and grandpas by the time we get to Sag A. I doubt it. You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. It took you what? Colonization's been around a year. You guys did 10,000 light years, so that's not bad. Sag is 22,000 light years away, so 12,000 light years away. So another year, you'll get to Sag. That's if you haven't lost people. But my perception of what I see and what I heard in the chat, because it was dead silence when that guy says, okay, we need to do 1,600 systems, 4 hours, 2 to 4 hours of colonization a day. You know, who's up for this? And there was dead silence. It was crickets, okay, in chat. So I was like, oh. I wasn't, and then I shut up too, because I was going to actually raise my hand and say, okay, I can give you guys 300 systems. I can do 300 on my own without help. Okay? But then I said, nah, never mind. Never mind. So, in any case, just FYI, you're going to need the community help. You guys need to extend your hand to the community and be a little bit helpful to the community. Say, okay, we got this project here. You can come here and claim your system. Come in our Discord, and you're gonna have people come. You're gonna have people come. You gotta advertise. You gotta advertise. And I don't understand this race. Why are you guys racing? Why are you racing? Who is the other one? Us and Galtia? Who the fuck gives a shit about a race? Why don't you guys join forces? Join forces. It's the same. You're going in the same direction, right? There's no need to race. I don't get that. You know? I don't get it. Not website, Stone. Not website, dude. Go to the forums. You don't need to work on a website. You guys don't need to go work on a website. Go to the forums. Do a dedicated forums for the Sagway. Okay, in colonization thread. Do a dedicated forum. Say Sagway. What is it? What do you guys call it? Sagway Real Estate Project. Come and claim your system, and then list the system, or put a Excel spreadsheet in it, or whatever. You don't need to do a website. Everybody knows who the Dukes are. Everybody knows who the Mercs are. Why you need a website? Website you use to advertise yourselves. Okay, just go to forums. Tell people, hey, this is available. Come and join us. Okay? You can claim your system here. Here are our hubs. I don't know where your hubs are. I had to find them myself. Okay, I don't have a list. You gave me like 4 or 5. But I don't know where all your hubs are. Because you got to build every 500 light years. So, here are our hubs. Here's our real estate. Come join us. We need your help. And you and Galtia should join forces. It's retarded that you're racing to the fucking to Colonia. That's the most retarded shit I ever heard. That's like kid shit. Okay? You don't need to race. All you need to do is join forces. Join forces and work together. How many people in Galtia, how many people you guys got? Think about how many people can work towards that plan to get that done. We did build together, but Galtia goes for their own bubble near Sag. We have different plans. You guys need to talk it out and plan together, because it seems futile to race each other to Colonia. You're only making 2 roads for the same purpose. You get my drift? You just like 2 roads going in the same direction. That's like I-95 and I-96. They're all going in the same direction. Why would you have 2 fucking I-95s? You wouldn't. The United States would never do that. We have one I-95 going from New York down to Florida. There wouldn't be an I-96. We're not going to build 2 highways going in the same direction. That's I don't know. You guys need to talk it out. You know, once you get to Colonia, you get to Colonia faster than you are right now because you're fighting each other. Okay, so you get to Colonia faster if you join forces. And then once you get to Colonia, you guys can split and do whatever the fuck you guys want. They have their own bubble, you have your bubble, whatever. But at least you make an agreement. Hey, till we get to Colonia, let's work together. That would be ideal. And you join forces and you can fucking build twice as much and twice as fast. So it doesn't make sense that you guys are racing each other. It makes absolute no fucking sense. None whatsoever. It's a big galaxy. It really is. And you guys haven't even done 1% yet. So I don't get the point. You know? I don't get the point. Are you not going to find systems you can colonize in Colonia? Is it going to be worse than the freaking bubble we have here by Earth? No, there's going to be more systems to colonize, more places to land and do stuff with. It's going to be better because it's more compact. There's more star systems. So there's plenty to go around. So the actual goal is for you guys to have you have both the same goal, going to Sag A. Once you get to Sag A, you can split apart. You can say, okay, we'll go this direction, you go that direction. That's it. I don't see why you guys are racing. Holy crap. Now, I didn't know that. This is something that's totally different. You know, it's kid shit, so I don't know how old you guys are, but it sounds like you're teenagers. You're racing to Colonia. So let's waste each 2 hours building a T1 going the same direction. Think about that. How retarded is that? I mean, that's the level of retardedness that only teenagers have. So either you guys are all teenagers or you've lost your minds. There's no such thing as racing when you have the same goal. You have the same goal. You're both building a highway to Colonia. Get together, join forces, you have twice as many people, and you can get there faster. Someone sniped the system for me on the bubble, and I got fed up with the local population and decided to join a squadron which built out in the black where it's peaceful, and this is my reason. There's no more sniping, by the way, Stone. I got sniped too. I showed you in the earlier stream, I had a 62 body system that I actually wanted to colonize, and this Russian guy sniped that system. So there's no more sniping. That's banned. That's banned now. So I understand your reasoning, but right now, what I foresee, because I work in management and I manage companies and people, what I foresee that halfway from, not even, maybe 4,000 more light years, and you guys are going to get fed up. You're going to get burned out. Because it's already happening. When I was in chat listening, all I saw was people that are burnt out. They don't want to do anymore. So, especially if they have a race, someone's gonna give up and lose. Okay, and that's where you guys gotta join forces. You actually would get there faster if you join forces, and you can take breaks. Galtia does a week, you guys do a week. Galtia does a week, a month, you guys do a month. You know, take breaks because you guys are gonna be exhausted. Seriously. That's my thought. But what the fuck do I know? I only manage people and companies, right? I don't manage games. Gaming squadrons. So that's my thought, dude. There's a lot to talk about, and I'll be honest with you guys. For me, what I saw, it doesn't look that good. Eventually, people are gonna just start to fall off. It just takes one person to say I'm tired, and then there'll be a domino effect. Okay, Stone, I'm just letting you know. It just takes one person to say, I'm tired now, I don't want to do this no more. Okay? So, FYI. But I was gonna join the bunch. I was gonna say, fuck it, let me do it. Let me go and join these guys. I got about 300 systems in me. I can do 240 to 360 systems, right? 12. I have 12 fleet carriers. Well, I will soon. I have 10 right now. So I'll have 12 accounts. I can do 2 a night. So every week I can put on 12 systems. Every week. And I could have done that for at least 20 weeks, half a year. So that's just a thought. But then it doesn't look good to me. So I said, okay, forget about it. Forget about it. I'm not being pessimistic. I'm very optimistic, and I really applaud you guys for the work you guys did. You guys did a lot of work. But the thing is, it's one, there shouldn't be any racing. You should just forget about that. Act like adults, get together, and form a coalition where you guys can decide what days you're doing, who's doing, because you get tired. What the fuck? You're going to spend every day, you're going to spend 4 hours, 2 to 4 hours colonizing? It's insane. Okay, so form a coalition till you get to Colonia, and in Colonia you guys can split up. One can go this way, one can go that way, or even before Colonia. But the next 10,000 light years, you guys can work together. That would be what I would do. I would bring the people together so they can fucking finish the highway. Right? I would even join that coalition. I would give you guys a half a year to a year. But if you guys are racing, come on, please. Give me a break. It's not a race, dude. It's not a freaking race. Okay, this system is taken. Let's see what we got in this system. Is there a construction or what? I mean, it's a race for humanity to reach the middle of the galaxy for... Okay. These two squadrons share many commanders and their alts accounts. Okay, that sounds better. But there's no need to race, dude. You guys are gonna get burnt out. Seriously. And I'm talking on like a caring individual, a caring parent. I'm not involved in the Sagway anyway. I'm not benefiting from it. I'm here I made my own little bridge that I want to help people colonize this empty space that you guys and this other, I don't know who it is, they were using the neutron highway, but I'm gonna build these locations for them, for the people who want to colonize. That's it. I'm not claiming anything right now, so I'm just concerned because it can be too much. I would, but I don't know if they would. If they were dedicated in doing that, then yeah. But I don't see them. There's Phaser Redlock Jack. He actually is very good at colonization. I don't know if he is actually in the effort. I think he might be there already. There might be some people there already. But you already have a place you can ask for help. The forums, dude. You guys are not on the forums. Because I've never seen a dedicated Mercs of Myken thread that says, come and join us. Here's the real estate. Here's our shit. This is where all our hubs are. Here's where all the free real estate is. You guys can join us. You can claim these systems off of our shit. Please come and help. I haven't seen anything like that. Maybe I'm not looking in the wrong place. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. I don't know. But you already have a place to go. You have the forums. The forums are a great place to go. You know, I'm gonna actually tell people there's a bridge here, and they can actually colonize off of it as soon as I finish this one hub. But I'm gonna build 2 other hubs by myself, so that people can colonize this location. But you don't need my whole squadron. I myself, I'm like a squadron. Okay, I'm a maniac when it comes to colonization. I'll spend the whole weekend colonizing. Okay, I just said I was gonna offer 300 systems by myself. Okay, you guys need to communicate with the community, man, because it's a mankind thing. It's a whole Elite Dangerous community thing. Everybody should be involved, not just the Dukes and Galtia, wherever it was the name of it is. Everybody should be involved, right? Well, you're building a chain down to Colonia, but anyway, some things you guys need to work out, and then after that, yeah, I'm not a community ambassador yet. You got to find someone who can talk. There are plenty of people who can do that. I'm sure somebody in your squadron can actually, or like Dukes or the other people, can actually formulate some words. But the thing you need is you need to have all the locations of the hubs that you guys already built, from Snake all the way to Eagle. Okay, you need to have that, because people are going to come up with their fleet carriers. If they're going to come up with their fleet carriers, they need a place to stop and fuel up, right? Squadrons, 150 commanders. Those are me of those alts, and I think like 10 dedicated people do all the work. Yeah, that's what I thought. But Stone, I want to tell you, it just takes one person to quit, and then it'll be like a domino effect. Okay, remember I said that. Okay, I've been in management a long time, so I know burnout, and you guys are close. You guys need to do different things. You're gonna not only burn out but quit the game. Colonization is not like a second job for most. Yeah, it is. It's like a job. It really is. Colonization is like a job, and there's no fucking benefit, Stone. Think about it. Is there a benefit? Do you get Do you get a hangar that you can put 10 of your most dedicated ships all chromed out and shit that you can look at and masturbate to? No, there's nothing like that. Do you get an apartment that you can hang all your weapons and your stuff? You can hang all your weapons and your suits, and there's a bed, there's a shower. No, you don't get that either. You can't even buy a planet. You don't own anything in the game. So colonization, like I had a fight with Meccan. I said it's not pay to play, because you don't get anything for the Dodec. You get nothing for the fucking Dodec. You get 0. So how's that pay to play? It's not pay to play. So, in my opinion, colonization is kind of community service. Okay, it's like community service. You're gonna serve time in jail, but the judge said 100 hours of colonization, community service. Okay, that's basically what it is. Because there's no benefit to it. 0 benefit. Okay, you get what? Capped out at 5 million a week? It's retarded. 5 million, I can go into a compromised nav beacon and make more in 30 minutes. Right? So, all that work all you get is 5 million. So in reality, it's not a very popular thing for the game. Not a lot of people like it. For me, I get joy out of hauling and colonizing. It relaxes me. My blood pressure goes down. I actually become, I become sleepy and I can actually get a full night's rest. For some reason, that's what colonization does to me. And Ricardo from Ricardo Gaming, he streams. He has the same mindset, same as me. He feels the same about it, but it has no benefit. You could have 2,000 players in your squadron, and like only a 1%, 2% will actually colonize. Right? Most people will be done with one system. They're done. I'm finished. But there's only a few crackpots like myself that will fucking go nuts and build 300 systems. I built the bridge is 36 systems, and then all the other underlying things I did. Maybe I have 50 of my own systems that I built. Right, but then I'm near the bubble, and I can go in the bubble and fuck around with power play or do something different because I do get bored. And if I stream this all the time, oh my god, if I stream this all the time, people quit. People will stop seeing this channel. So I can't actually stream this all the time, right? So I'm with you on that. FDev really fucked up when it comes. They don't really know how to reward people, right? There's no reward system for this. They're gonna give you money. I actually want my own faction. I want my own fucking faction that I can actually I can put in my system, and they can run shit. I want my own stuff. I want my own governor mansion. I want my own apartment. My own hangar that I can put all the chromed out ships in, and I can look at and salivate. But I don't have that. Okay, this is a rocky body. This is not gonna have it. Stratum is exclusive to high ML content worlds. But dude, you guys have the ability a long time ago to ask for help. If only 10 people are colonizing, that's weak. That's not good. But again, just be warned. It just takes one to quit. Just takes one to quit, and then landslide. So I hope we will be able to customize stations be better by the time we get there. I doubt they're gonna do anything. Now there was a rumor they were gonna start a hub. Okay, Stone. So don't freak out. They were gonna start a hub, and my good friend who's in my squadron, Jack Phaser Ruddock, he went up to Colonia. He's got a tune up there already, just being ready to claim systems. Okay, so I was gonna actually take three accounts up there and wait, because Galnet said they might send colonization ship and you will be able to colonize off of it. And that would have killed Sagway, if that's the case. Yeah, it's hauling is not for everyone, dude. And you guys are super far away. I mean, there's got to be some things to change in colonization, like for instance, with engineering, with engineering with the material vendors. There's got to be a change. I mean, you could have bubbles all along the way on the Sagway, but then for you to play in the game, anywhere in the game, you got to run back to Colonia. You got to run back to the bubble, the Earth. Let's take a look what we got here. he actually did good, very, very good, very good. That he actually, this is an Earth-like world, and Commander Gazvrug, hats off to this guy. He actually built a 1, 2, 3. He has 3 T1s over here. I don't see why why would you have 3 T1s on this? Anyway, that's a waste. Well, let's map this. Anyway, dude, I'm here for you guys, but I don't know. At this point, I don't know if I can get anybody in my squadron to. I wouldn't ask them. I wouldn't ask them. I was gonna build. I have 3 Dodex I can actually put down. I was gonna build something on the Sagway, but all the good real estate is taken. So after I finish this these hubs for this area, so people can actually colonize past this point where we're at, the snake sector. After that, then I'll think about what I'm gonna do. But that day that I was in chat listening to you guys, I was gonna commit 300 systems, about 20%. And I don't think among your 10 people that colonize, they can do that. Because I'm fucking psycho. I literally will spend all day Sunday and Saturday colonizing all day. And put down dozens of systems. Yeah, but the point about all this taken, dude, here's the point. Okay, you have to daisy chain to those locations that are not taken. You have to daisy chain, and it's gonna be 100 light years away. Okay, it's gonna be 200 light years away. So you have to daisy chain 6 or 7, whatever, by yourself, and grab whatever you can. You're not gonna be on the Sagway. You're gonna be off the Sagway. That's the point. You get my point? You're gonna be off the Sagway, not on the Sagway. So why am I gonna daisy chain over there 5,000, 10,000 light years away? I can daisy chain over here. There's, let me show you. And I think you've seen it already. Let's see where I'm at. Okay, this is the bridge. This is what I built from Nova Aquila all the way to the Snake Nebula. It's 36 lights, 36 systems, but around them, empty. Complete. So why am I gonna daisy chain over there? I can daisy chain over here. You get my point? So if I'm on. Let's say this is Sagway. I'm on the Sagway. If all the good systems are grabbed, okay, why am I gonna help? So that's what you're gonna face when you go on the forums and say, "Come and help." Why we're gonna help if all the good systems are already taken? By the 10, because you got like a group of commanders that have like 800 systems by themselves, like 3 of them, 2 of them. So that's the point, dude. That's the actual point. That's what I'm saying. Because you have to daisy chain. It's not like I can just go out in the black, go out 100 light years, and I can just build something. I can't do that, right? Which is my suggestion was that we have a beacon, that we buy a beacon. It's $1 billion or billion credits or whatever it is, or you can buy one with arcs. You buy a beacon, and you can go whatever the fuck you want in space and drop the beacon down, and that's your system. That was my suggestion. But no, they went with daisy chaining. So that's just whatever. It's sad, but that's just the reality of it. So that was my suggestion. The second suggestion I gave them was use the colonization ships. They go out and they're there for a week, and they have the materials and they have the beacon. You can actually colonize off the colonization ships. Okay, it's not much to do that. So it could be anywhere. You can form bubbles anywhere, and you don't have to daisy chain all over the place. You don't have to. Daisy chaining to me is this. Oh, I can't even go into that. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, and I don't want to start cursing and screaming and yelling. I think it's the most retarded shit in the fucking world. Okay. Yeah, the range, even 50s is too little. Even 50's too little. It really is. 50's too little. 50's too little. 500 light years. They have like this obsession with 500 light years. So 500 light years. You buy the beacon. Here's my idea. You buy the beacon, so it's an actual beacon, and you go into that system and you fucking launch it from your ship, and then that becomes your system to colonize, and it becomes your hub. Okay, that was ideal, but you can't go more than 500 light years away from any location, No, your fleet carrier can jump 500. Mega ships can jump 500. Why not? 500 would be ideal. Okay, but that would be the perfect. I can't even talk to you about 15 light years because my throat is pulsating from anger. Okay, the 15 light year shit drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Okay, it drives me nuts. I don't know why they did that. They want to control shit, but they got more than they expected, I think. So, my opinion is they should have just not put any. Let's say 500 should have been the limit. Because what about deep space on the edge? You guys went to Beagle Point. There's some places that you can only jump with your fleet carrier. You can't use your ship, right? So what about those places? You can't colonize those places, right? Because you wouldn't be able to colonize stuff before that, because you need 30 light years, 40 light years. As you go out to the edge, star systems become more scarce. Right now you guys have no problems. You're going out into Colonia. Pretty soon you'll be closer and closer. All the stars will be closer and closer, so you won't have a problem. Okay? But going out toward the edge, to the fringe of the galaxy, star systems 70 light years apart, where you can't colonize anymore. That's it. What do you do then? So, it's a problem. It's a problem. 500 would have been ideal. You can jump your fleet carrier 500. 500 should have been the range. That's it. And people could have formed their own bubbles. They could have gone out in every direction. They didn't need to form a highway, a sagway, a byway, a whatever, expressway. They don't need to do all that. They go off in directions, and then they colonize wherever they want to colonize. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said many times, I don't think the brain trust has left the building in the Cambridge over there, because it makes no sense how they actually formulate this colonization. And people don't want to do. People want to build one system, two systems, and that's it. Right? They're not gonna go crazy like I did, or you guys. They're not gonna do that. They've done one and done. So, just a thought. I just don't want to talk about that. The 15 light year shit. It drives me nuts. That pisses the fuck out of me, like you can't believe. Very few things piss the fuck out of me. That pisses me off like you can't believe. I said that many times, but they said they do play, you know, and they're lying because one guy said, check this out, they had the devlog months ago, right? So they had the devlog saying, because I came on for a whole month and I know they watch us. I know they watch the stream, Stone. So please come on and talk to me about colonization because I know they watch the stream. At least the community leader does. So they came onto the devlog and they go, we play this game. We play this game. So what ship do you play? The guy says, well, I play the Corsair. I love the Corsair in combat zones. No, you don't, because if you actually flew the Corsair next to the sun, you can't see the dashboard. You can't see the radar anymore. The glare coming off the dashboard, you can't actually see it. And I've submitted a ticket saying, hey, you this is glare, you can't see the radar, you can't see shit, you guys need to fix this. Most airplanes have this coating that they put in the front, okay, that there's no glare, there's no sun glare. So I know they don't play their own games, dude. They definitely don't colonize. There's no active dev in FDev that actually played this fucking game or even colonize, seriously. So you're right on that, but I called it out. I said, you guys don't play. You don't play because you would have said something about the glare. You would have said something about not being able to fly and fight. If you're doing a compromised nav beacon with do a compromised nav beacon with the Corsair. Okay, next to a very fiery sun. Okay, and you will know what I'm talking about. The glare coming off the dashboard it's ridiculous. So you really can't see anything. You can't see your radar. You can't see where everything is. So you have to kind of move around. Anyway, so I know they don't play their game. You're right on that. They don't play that game. They don't play at all. You know. But they think that the 15 light year limitation is a benefit to you, right? Because then you wouldn't go out and get the best star systems and all that shit. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking with that. But seriously speaking, it's the worst thing they could have ever done. Worst. I gave them a couple of ideas on colonization. I said, do a 500 light year jump range. Then I said, do a mega ship that goes way out. Like right now, the Dukes can buy a mega ship, rent a mega ship, let's say, and go out to Beagle Point and start a bubble there. That was my idea. Or just go straight to Colonia and start a bubble there. Okay? Because you guys are racing to Colonia, per se. You're saying you're racing to Colonia because you want to build a bubble there, right? But why not just be able to build a bubble straight off? Okay? And go in any direction you want to go. You're using archaic fucking systems to go and colonize Colonia. No universe, the Panther should be faster than a Type 9. A couple of days ago made me so frustrated how good it was, I uninstalled it again. Cade, the Panther is a different ship than a Type 9. The Type 9 is a different ship. It all depends on how you engineer the Type 9, how you engineer the Panther. I actually engineered the Panther I can boost to 420. But that's not broken. It's just a new ship. Like, For instance, in the 1970s, the Camaro that you would buy in the 1970s is going to be powerful. It's going to have horsepower, but it's not going to go as fast as a car you're going to buy now. It's not going to go as fast as a Camaro you can buy in 2026. Okay, so Type 9 is outdated, in my opinion. It really is. But you can still use the Type 9 to do certain things. You can still use the Type 9 to do certain things, okay? And you can engineer the Type 9 to have 1,000 cargo and be able to boost the 420. I've done some work with the Type 9 and I was able to do that, but you have to engineer it. You have to engineer it very well. You have to make it light. But you're talking about a Type 9 that was built in the beginning of the game. Now, 10 years later, we have the Panther Clipper. I don't see a problem with it. When you get it out of the gate, when you just buy it, unengineered, it barely moves. It's like a Type 9. So I don't think anything is broken. They designed it in that way.
Welcome to Vista, Genome.
But some things are stupidly designed. But here it goes. And that was the one we got. Remember I said the Strat's worth 19 million and the other one was 6, so cool.
Can I help you with anything? Vista thanks you for your contribution.
So but in the comparison that I said, like for instance, you go and buy a car in the 70s, like for instance, you buy the what was that car I saw last night? You buy a Ford Fiesta. It was a Fiesta. Yeah, the Ford Fiesta in the 70s, and then you buy a Ford in 2026. It's the same car. Totally different car. One is obsolete. One is old-fashioned. One can't get past 90 miles an hour, and the other one can race at about 150, 160 miles an hour. Okay, so same car company. They build different ships. They build different cars. So I don't think that's broken. Then every car would be a 1970s car for the last 50 years, right? We would just have the same looking car. Okay? Same looking car. Anyway, guys, I've had enough. Thanks for being here. Sorry about my rant, but I have a lot to say to FDev if I could ever get a hold of them. I really do, but the game could be made to be perfect. Could be the best. It is the best game, but it could be even better than it is right now. So anyway, I'm here in the bridge. I'm building 3 more hubs. I actually will be finished with the second hub pretty soon, and then 2 more hubs to actually supply the bridge and anybody who actually wants to join. I'm going to actually post the 36 star systems that are on the bridge so that people can actually come and colonize beyond it if they want to, if they want to daisy chain off of it. So Kate says, but that old car was able to acquire by just driving, and a new car is able by buying it. What? Is available by buying it with real money with extra benefits beyond just the car. So you just made your own point. Okay? You just made your own point. So the Ford Fiesta from the 70s, when it came out, was one of the cheapest cars ever, and they had production. They wanted to build like 500,000 cars a year, right? Well, now we have different kind of Fords, right? You got Ford Explorer, you got the pickup trucks, you got a bunch of stuff, and they're better cars than they were back then. The Mustang, right? They even have an EV Mustang. You know, and so different era, different age. Now we have a different car. Okay, so now we have Panther Clipper. 10 years from now, we might have a different Panther Clipper. You know, well, says you. I don't think it's. I don't think balancing is the problem. I don't think it's not. I don't think it's a problem. Okay, I really don't. I really don't think it's a problem. There's no balancing issues because you got just NPCs who can take me out of the skies. There's simple NPCs can take me out of the sky. So there's no balancing issue when I'm flying a Kestrel and I get knocked out of the sky. With a BS free rebuy, we shouldn't have an advantage over ships you can just get. Okay. All right, guys. I've had enough. I will see you guys next time on Elite Dangerous Daily. 07 Commanders, fly dangerous.